This is Bulldogs are back in the video. And before we get into the video, this is our second video of the day, so please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you guys not miss bangers like these. And let's get into the video. So we have news from Agent Wojnarowski per ESPN sources that Robert Williams is of course injured, but he might be out for the rest of the season, or could be out 2 weeks to a month. For a couple weeks, he can be out for injury, his left knee. So this is not looking good already for the Celtics. I mean, Robert Williams has been playing great this past year. I mean, realistically, he's been playing very well. And of course, this is gonna be very bad. Of course, Boston Celtics got some devastating news this morning. Robert Williams is injured in front of Monday morning, and he's torn his meniscus knee. Of course, his left knee, like how I said. So the fact of the matter is now they have to, I think I have Enes Kanter maybe on that team. I don't remember what their backup center really is. I don't keep up with the Celtics. But now they're going to have to find someone that can really fill in that position, because now they have really no one. And now the fact is he's going to be out for at least a couple weeks, or he can maybe be out for the rest of the season. So what now the Celtics are going to do? Well, they could go out, of course, like I said in my last video about, of course, what happened. So who they could go out and get a free agent, like I was talking about Miles Turner. Go out and get a free agent for Miles Turner, kind of fill that position, fill that void. But now he's gonna be out for a couple weeks, most likely. So he's gonna be at least out for the whole season, but it could happen he could be out for the whole season. We really do not know. So he could be out for the whole season, but most likely not. He's probably be out for just a couple of weeks, probably for 3 to 4 weeks. It seems like, or maybe longer than that, maybe half the season, maybe a little bit past the playoffs, maybe. Or I don't even know. It's kind of in the middle, but of course, Celtics could get knocked off the playoffs, and they probably can't even make that far. So it's kind of, this sucks. This is not bittersweet. This just sucks for them. I feel bad because they just paid him $54 million extension in the offseason, and he's averaged 10 points, technically 10 rebounds per game, 9.6 rebounds per game, and 2.2 blocks per game this season. And he shoots 73% from the floor. So that's crazy, because that's pretty good stats. I mean, I don't go off stats, but it's very good stats for a player you pay $54 million for a 4-year extension. Of course, that's a lot of money. Average only 10 points per game, but he's a center, so you have to keep that in mind. But he has great numbers, and it looks like he's a great defender. As we know, he's a great defender, and that's crazy because not that long ago, Robert Williams wasn't even like the top player in the NBA. He wasn't even the top center. He wasn't even the starting center. So now he's getting paid almost $60 million. That's crazy. And he's getting paid probably, like, if I'm $54 million for 4 years, I'm guessing he's getting paid $20 million a year or $18 million or something like that, around that range. I don't really do not know. It's probably something around that range, if I'm right. If I did my calculations right, around that range. But this is not looking up for them. I'm not gonna lie, the Celtics were doing very bad, but then it started getting good, and now Robert Williams is out, and now it's looking like how it did not that long ago. So this is not great news to hear from your starting center that you paid $54 million for, and now he's getting injured. That's very bad. He's tore his left meniscus, guys. So he's gonna be out for very little, like a good amount of time, a good valuable amount of time that they need him. So what they're gonna do in this situation, I mean, they could always, like how I said, going free agency, but who they're gonna get? There's really no one out there that can fill in that void. It's just, they could trade some picks for a half decent center, or of course I think that Enes Kanter is still on that team. They of course use him if he's still on that team. I really do not know the whole Celtics roster. I really do not know by heart, to be completely honest with you guys. I only know the half of all the starters and maybe some backups. So this is not the greatest sight to see. Coming from your starter center, you pay legit like $54 million. But Robert Williams is a great player. He's a good player. I think he was worth that $54 million for 4 years. He played great this season. He's gonna come back most likely, but really we do not know. So he could be out for the rest of the season, and that would really suck. The Celtics would probably not make the playoffs if he's out for the rest of the season. I'm being honest. Robert Williams really contributes a lot to that team. If he's out for the rest of the season, that team's chances of making it actually to the dance is very slim. And their chances right now are pretty slim. But the whole point is, Robert Williams really contributes a lot to his team, and they need him. And right now, this is the time they really need him, because now they're picking up the pace, and now Robert Williams out. they're not going to be picking up the pace anymore. They're probably going to start gathering up L's and L's and L's. No offense to Celtics fans. I'm just being honest here. So, I mean, Robert Williams, I definitely do think he's probably come back. I think he's not going to be out for the whole season, to be completely honest with you guys. I think he's going to push himself and try to come back, or at least he can, he can come back, of course, because I think he really wants to make it to playoffs and win that championship. That's his goal, of course. That's everyone's goal on that team. That's every team's goal, winning championship. So I do think that's in the back of his mind that he needs to come back and needs to come back faster than ever and better than ever, stronger, of course, more poised than what he was. And he was very good. So this is very bad for the Celtics. I feel bad for Robert Williams because he actually was having a great start to his season, and now he has to pick up the pace again because it comes back from injury, guys. He's going to have to rehab again. It's going to take him a couple weeks, of course. So now the Celtics should not have to rely on him to rehab. They have to rely on him to actually play well if he does come back, because playoff time will probably be going on by that time because he'll be out for at least 3 to 4 weeks. So now what they're going to do, I really do not know. It's a very bad situation for both sides because Robert Williams has actually been playing great, and now he's going to have to reset. He's going to have to try this again. He's going to have to play like how he did. He's going to have to work out every single day. He's going to have to put that work in to come back as soon as possible because with the torn left meniscus, it's very hard to come back from, and mostly in very short periods of time. So, but I think Robert Williams can do it. I think he's motivated to do that, to get back and to, of course, try to win a championship for the Celtics. Do I think it's going to come to fruition? No, I don't think the Celtics are going to win a championship, to be honest with you guys. No offense. I just don't see it happening. Not everything in my mirror of championship contending teams. But I mean, hey, I hope they prove me wrong. I hope Robert Williams does come back and actually do some good stuff for this team and actually contribute like how he did not even that long ago and get paid that $54 million contract that he deserves. And of course, he's going to pay that. I hope he actually plays like he's a $54 million player that can at least paid $18 to $20 million per year. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. See you guys next one. Peace.